ci pomogę.
Bo ja nigdy nie wiem, jak z twarzą zrobić tak, żeby wiesz.
Okay, go.
West side is the best. West side.
I'm from Finland, but my heart is in Denmark.
En mä tiedä.
Denmark! 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 Denmark!
Forza, che schifo! Ah, quello è nuovo! È bel va! Come on, Dante!
Please welcome Team Italy. Tervetuloa Italian joukkue. And please welcome Team Denmark. Tervetuloa Tanska. The game officials for this game have been licensed and signed by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Tämän ottelun tuomarit on nimennyt kansainvälinen jääkiekkoliitto.
Nikolai Ehlers answered his country's call, will play for his father in this World Championship. It's the second time he coached him in the Olympic qualifying last fall as well. It's Pierre Dahan from France, Robin Cyr from the Czech Republic, the referees, Elias Sivald from Austria, Joseph Spur from the Czech Republic, from Czechia rather, are the linesmen. And there is Greg Ireland, second year of the head coach of the Italian national team. He was not able to be on site last year after contracting COVID. Third year of the head coach in Bolzano, in Italy as well. And there is Heinz Ehlers, third year of the head coach of the Danish national team. 7 years as the head coach in Switzerland. Played in 9 world championships as a player, none though in the top division. And of course, you mentioned coaching his son just the second time. Last fall, Denmark qualified for the Olympics for the first time. Nikolai Ehlers was a big part of that, but was not able to play in the Olympics, of course, because NHL players didn't go.
Well, coaching your son wouldn't be so bad when your son is undoubtedly the best player, right, as Nick Ehlers is for Denmark and will be in this game.
Andres Bernard gets the starting goal for Italy. He allowed 5 goals on 47 shots in their opening loss, 5-2 to Switzerland. And for Denmark, it is once again Sebastian Damm. He got the win in their opener against Kazakhstan. Came on in relief in their loss to Switzerland on Sunday.
Okay, let's go, please. Okay, we wish you a good game. Things outside.
And here we go. Italy 0-2 so far in the tournament. Denmark is 1-1. Here's Ehlers with it. Now the puck stolen away. Manjapuzko puts that in front for the captain, Daniel Frank, who put that just wide. Ehlers shovels that head to Frans Nielsen. 15 years in the NHL for Frans Nielsen with the Islanders and Detroit. And he announced that he will retire at the end of this competition.
He wants to bookend his career with a good World Championship.
Won a German League national title this year with Berlin. Lawson sends it back down to the Italian zone, where it's picked up there by Simone Kostner. Kostner's got some history here in Finland, spent 5 years here. A lot of the Italian players have had very nomadic careers, trying to find leagues to play in. There are 5 North American-born players in their roster, 4 Canadians, and 1 U.S.-born.
I wonder if they're always trying to chase the next level up. Or, you know, they can play in the Italian league, but as they get better, they want to rise up the ranks. And I feel like Shields having a nice little start to his tournament. His first ever World Championship at the age of 29, which is pretty cool. Long time to wait to play for your country.
Shield plays that back across to Jesper Jensen Abo. 6 games in the lineup today. Played in that game 10 years ago when Italy beat Denmark in overtime. I mentioned the goal was scored by Giulio Scandella, his brother Marco, longtime NHL player, on Freddie Anderson, who had not yet played in the NHL.
Still unknown to North Americans at that point. Denmark is playing this game down a defenseman, as Oliver Lawrenson hurt his shoulders, out for the tournament.
Had shoulder surgery this morning.
Oh boy. You could tell right away he's in great pain. Good summer of rehab upcoming for him.
Looks like back as Enrico Miglioranzi. That was taken away from him. Now scooped up by Ivan DeLuca. The bulk of these Italian players play either the Ice Hockey League or the Alps Hockey League. The Ice League is composed of teams from Italy, Austria, and Hungary. The Alps League is Austria, Italy, Slovenia. And that shot by Miglioranzi was blocked. And Marcus Lawrenson, who's the brother of Oliver Lawrenson, lost the puck there as Alex Patan winds in. Brother of NHLer Nick Patan. Alex Patan's been an important player as the Italians try to improve their program. Patan plays that back with a long point shot, hit a skate off the stick of Daniel Glida. Italy actually took the lead against Canada in their round-robin game. Wound up losing that one 6-1, but they did have a 1-0 lead in the first.
Scores haven't looked complimentary to them, but the games have felt not like blowouts for Italy so far.
In comes Ehlers, drops it back to Nielsen. Frans Nielsen winds in, drops it back, and a hard shot taken there by Emil Christensen, who figures to play more now with Oliver Lawrenson out. Last year, Italy went 0-7. There was no relegation, however, they survived. They were outscored 41-11. The 11 is notable because they've been held to 6 goals or fewer in their previous 5 appearances at the World Championship. A long shot taken there by Patrick Blichfeld, or Joachim Blichfeld, rather. Blichfeld had a hat trick on the power play in Denmark's opener against Kazakhstan. They seized a 3-0 lead 4 minutes in and never looked back.
Went on to rout Kazakhstan 9-1. Was a surprising result.
Tied the Denmark national team record for goals in a game at the World Championship. Chipped down by Shield. And back goes Cassetti to pick it up. And he goes for Dylan DePerno, Mississauga, Ontario native. And now Hannon works it ahead. Dante Hannon. And that banked away by Storm. In comes Regan now, Peter Regan. Plays it back around. Shield looking for Regan, but the pass deflects off the stick, up and out of play.
And you're Denmark, you're doing the math. So they've beaten Kazakhstan, they lost to Switzerland. If you're going to consider Denmark, they'll lose to Switzerland, Germany, and Canada. They beat Kazakhstan, Italy, and France. Now, that's not a given, it's not a guarantee.
No,
but they're hoping that they do. That would set up a final day game with Slovakia. Fourth spot in the group. And I think that's where Denmark is trying to get to now. They have to win the games they're supposed to do.
Now in shoots. That's knocked away by Bernard. Another chance in front. And at the point, Meyer with a shot. That deflects wide.
You kind of look at the group and say, yeah, there's a path there for that last game to count. That doesn't seem unrealistic.
Lawson slides it down. Foul. Swings it back around, and waiting for it is Marco Insa. Plays in Bolzano like the bulk of these players. Bolzano is a hockey hotbed in Italy.
So it's a bit of a built-in advantage for Italy when they come to these international tournaments. They have a lot of players that are familiar with each other from the national team, as well as from their club team. And so Greg Islander doesn't have to worry about, you know, communication, personalities, getting to know each other, some chemistry issues. Those should all be resolved before they show up. Greg Islander was telling us that they went and trained in the mountains before this tournament to try to help their physical fitness, training at altitude. Sometimes I watch them play 2 minutes their own end. I'm not sure they got enough work done in the mountains.
It can be a bit of a scramble sometimes. Jesper Jensen Abo sends it ahead. 11 players of Italian origin have played in the NHL, led by Bob Mano, who had a long career with Vancouver, Toronto, Detroit. Went back over after his career was over to play a long time for the Italian national team and then coach in Europe. Franz Nielsen spins it back. And Blichfeld leaves it there. Nicholas Jensen plays it back ahead for Morten Poulsen. And here's Patan with it. That rink-wide pass knocked down by the captain, Daniel Frank, who, by the way, is not one of those North American imports. He's spent his entire career in Italy and isn't born there. Just has a very North American sounding name.
You would guess that he might be from
right
somewhere more familiar.
Long shot got down, and Bernard made the stop on that. Here's Patan back with it. Julian Jakobsen plays it back in the corner. Now drop back for Lawson, could get a shot away, moves it and shoots, and that went off the tip of the glove. A penalty coming out of Italy. Marcus Lorentzen down to Lawson. Lawson to Lorentzen. And off the bench comes Jakobsen. Jakobsen now back at the point. Ehlers a shot, he ripped that wide. Denmark getting lots of bang for its buck here in this extra time before the penalty gets called. And now finally touched up, and Denmark go to the power play in a scoreless first period.
You know who is in charge in here? You might think that it's the security, but no. Miracle is in charge. Kuka määrää tässä talossa? Miracle. Ehkä maailman paras maskotti. Take it away.
Denmark playing in the top division of the World Championship for the 19th straight year. They were 12th last year. Twice in the previous 18 years they've qualified for the quarterfinals, which is the top 8 teams. But the big news for Danish hockey was qualifying for the Olympics last fall. They won 2-0 against Norway in Oslo. Just for a little extra mustard on it.
As if they didn't to make it any sweeter, but doing it against in Oslo against your rival.
Your neighbors, your rivals, and Norway has always had the edge on Denmark on the ice. And on the snow, where the Norwegians dominate cross-country skiing. Marcus Lorentzen walks into that and fires that tick off the outside of the post. He got all of that. Storm works a little backhand shot, goes wide. There's Ehlers back on it. Nikolai Ehlers. Back to Marcus Lorentzen to Ehlers. Slides down to the goal mouth. That pass missed bow. Ehlers still looking for his first goal of this World Championship. Storm drops it back to Ehlers. To Lorentzen. Ehlers holds and shoots, and Bernard makes a stop on that. It goes up and out. You talk about the excitement for Denmark to make the Olympics. The disappointment for Nikolai Ehlers that NHL players didn't go was crushing.
It's going to be devastating for him because it's such a big deal that they were there. He doesn't, you know, if you're a great Canadian or American player, you think, well, I'll be there next time. As you see Lorentzen, you're right, ring one off just the outside of the post. There's no guarantee that Denmark gets back to the next Olympics, which will be held in Italy in 26.
So the Italians will be allowed in as the host country.
Well, if China was, then clearly Italy has to be.
The Italians are ranked in the top 20 in the world ranking, so they'll be there. But they'd like to have a good showing, and that's what they're trying to build. Greg Island telling us before the game that their hope is to build a a program over the next 4 years, get young players involved. Regan down to the goal mouth. Shield plays it back across for Nielsen. Danish power play is 4 for 13, thanks to 4 power play goals against Kazakhstan in the opener. That's flipped wide by Regan and over the glass.
The second unit was the first unit that did most of the damage against Kazakhstan, with Blichfeld getting 3 power play goals, looking all very similar. Peter Regan anchors the second one, and one of the few players he plays, Ambry Piotta in Switzerland. Talk about assist guy, just 3 goals and 23 points this year. Pass first would be an understatement.
Playing his 10th World Championship for the Danes. They have a core of players who have played in a lot of World Championships. They rely on them heavily. Here's Nielsen. Back to Jensen Abo. In for Nielsen. Franz Nielsen drops it back. Jensen Abo feeds across to Regan. 20 seconds to go in the power play. He walks in to the goal mouth he goes. Shield plays that back. Nielsen and Jensen Abo launched that. That was blocked by Marco Insam, who sprawled in front of that. And now Nielsen. Final seconds of the power play. Drops it back. Jensen Abo into the cross, and that missed. Bjorkstrand with it. Here's Regan back on it. So still no score here in the first period as the Italians weather an early Danish power play. Shots are 9-0 in favor of the Danes. Flip back down, that'll roll down to the Danish goal, and Dom hangs on to that.
One thing that has been an improvement for Italy this year over years past is that, yes, they play on their own end because they get hemmed in there, whether it's on the power play or on the penalty kill, but they generally have stayed pretty organized. They don't find themselves getting stretched out. When they are in trouble, they do a good job of retreating to the middle, packing it in, and they'll give you possession and time to the outside. But I think it's helping them to not give up the great scoring chance.
Right.
Which has been a problem. Just trust on your body's getting in the way and your goaltender to make some saves.
Italy kept most of the games close last year in Riga. Lost their last game 4-2 to the United States.
Last year was a strange year. A lot of funny results.
Yeah.
No fans in the building, and like a lot of things in sports in the world. Last year was a bit of a strange one.
Last 2. Behind the goal. Paterna gets there first. Center to just missed Frank with that pass. Now brought up by Elgaard. And Petronino plays it back. Joe Petronino is the player who scored that opening goal against Canada to make it 1-0.
I enjoyed how when he scored, like a hush fell over the building.
Yeah.
Is Italy really beating Canada right now? It was great for the 5-10 minutes that it lasted.
Nielsen on it. Tied up by DeLuca. Back at the point is Petroniro. Cross he goes. That long shot kicked out by Down. Back at the point, Petroniro walks in and shoots. Just missed wide with that. At the other point, Miglioranzi. And that slide down to DeLuca. Chipped it back in front. It got knocked away from McNally. It was Brandon McNally, a Massachusetts native. Petroniro had to skip off his stick and back out to center ice. Petroniro spent a couple years in the Quebec Major Junior League. Played back around to Tommaso Traversa.
He's a little irritant out there. He likes to run into guys, stir it up a bit. Number 88 for Italy.
Lead pass. Storm got there to negate the icing. Best finish for Italy at the World Championship, 7th. They've done it 3 times. Most recently in 1996.
Been a while. They were the beneficiaries of the no relegation cancellations of other promotion tournaments.
They'd have been relegated last year, but don't forget they stayed alive in 2019 at the World Championship
I remember.
in Slovakia.
Dramatic late goal in a shootout, if I'm not mistaken, to win a game.
Late tying goal against Austria and an overtime or shootout win, and that allowed them to survive into the following year. Now another chance if Patrick Bjorkstrand hooked that wide. Patrick Bjorkstrand's brother Oliver had a great year this year with Columbus. Scored 28 goals.
So Patrick was like, come on, bro. Come on over and play.
Think, is this a contract year for Oliver Bjorkstrand? In comes Bow, shoots. And Bernard makes a stop on that.
Help your contract out by lighting it up in Worlds.
No score here in the first period. We're back to Helsinki after this.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Sounds good.
Danish fans hoping for a breakthrough here. And maybe, as you mentioned, Mike, a spot in the quarters. You got that win over Kazakhstan. If you can beat Italy today, France, that'll get you to 9 points. Squeak out a point somewhere else.
Well, and they played the last game against Slovakia. So,
right.
And I think this group will be relatively clean, where Germany, Switzerland, and Canada don't drop many points against the other teams below them.
Right. Long shot taken by Matthias Lassen and poked out by Frank.
So let's hope we get to the last day, have it mean something.
Sure.
You never know what can happen. France will be tough, though. France is not a pushover at this point for Denmark.
Well, they're a lot like Denmark. They've got a real core of guys who have played together a lot. Blichfeld drops that back. Nielsen a shot. He ripped that wide. So when you have that core of national team players, you're not going to be an easy out. Nicholas Jensen has that shot go wide.
Denmark might want to adjust the sights a little bit on their shooters because they've had some good looks that have missed the net.
Nielsen holds off the bench. Came Oliver Larsson teed up for a one-timer. They go the other way to Nicholas Jensen. He shoots, it goes off a leg.
Another kind of example, though. 40 seconds in the defensive zone for Italy.
Right.
And not really too many scramble opportunities in around Andreas Bernard. Denmark changed it over. Julian Jakobsen, fresh off a Denmark domestic title. Alberg.
Yeah. Garth Murray.
Former teammate in Montreal. Saw him here as the Champions League draw will be taking place next week.
He's the coach in Aalborg.
He's the coach in Aalborg, as he's kind of been at it for a few years.
Here comes Haninen with it now. Shoots, it goes off the stick of Larsson. Haninen and Alex Patan of Italy are cousins. We got a chance to play here together. Fired in by DePerna. So 6 to go here in the opening period. Shots are 12 to Denmark, but there is still no score. By the way, it is a contract year for Oliver Bjorkstrand.
I understand that. I was asked to play for Canada one year during a contract year, and I said no for that reason, which was dumb. I shouldn't have worried about it. I should have just come. You can take insurance out against a potential injury, but a lot of players don't want to risk getting hurt.
Traversa plays it in. A little backhand shot by Glira, steered away by Daum. Diego Kostner spins back through the crease, and Traversa couldn't reach it. Shield spins it back, but that's stolen by Insam and fired wide. Oh, big hit there by Insam as he stepped into Emil Christensen. And that's going to be a penalty, I think. The hit was a little high. So Denmark back to the power play with 5:05 to go in the first.
Number 8, 2 minutes for boarding. And now it's time to dance, but can you do the referee dance? Let's see. Show us what you can do. Delayed penalty. Back penalty. Go. And everybody can join, of course.
Denmark back to the power play for the second time here in the first period.
They scored all their goals with Ehlers and Blichfeld on their strong sides. That first power play, they got set up on their off wings. I wonder if they get in the right set like this, which ends up with Blichfeld attacking downhill on his strong right wing side.
Ehlers racing to it, a 28-goal year for him this season with the Winnipeg Jets. Blichfeld brings it back around. Chop there on the hands of Ehlers. And Frederick Storm drops it back to Ehlers to Lorentzen. Back cross he goes to Blichfeld. Shoots, tipped in front, and Anders Bernard makes the save. Bernard spent 10 years playing here in Finland for various teams in various leagues, so
it's a good save. That's a good look there as Storm and Mikko Ranzi get pushing and shoving, but this is a great option. You set up the shot, the shot blocker, and Petro Nero gets in the lane, so you find the high slot stick, and he puts it right, velocity, everything you want. Storm's got to open that one up just a little bit more, cut it up higher if he can. So that was a good look for the power play. Blichfeld felt that one. Get everything straightened away after the hit.
Gain control off the face-off.
Blichfeld wanted a redrop.
Yeah.
He'll take it.
Now Bow moves in. Bernard to stop on that. Blichfeld back to Lorentzen, across to Ehlers. Ehlers over to Blichfeld. Lorentzen sends it back. Here's Bow loose in front. And a quick shot there by Blichfeld, ripped wide. Ehlers winds it and shoots, scores! Nikolai Ehlers has his first of this World Championship, and Denmark has a 1-0 lead. And the Italians arguing here.
Maybe about the face-off. That was a bit of a broken drop. First play in here, just misses the wall, and then Bow, huge body, gets in front of Bernard. And he gets his arms out there. He's trying to take the line of sight away. And Ehlers walks in, just get it past both sets of legs. And look at Bernard. You have no choice but to look around. And that's what they're complaining about. If we see Bow in front of the net, he puts his hands out wide,
right, with
the idea that you're not supposed to take an unnatural body position. Well, think of Sean Avery putting his hand in front of Marty Brodeurs' face. And Daniel Frank was talking to the official and mimicking that motion of Bow in front.
He's 6'7", 240 pounds. Now, does that qualify as goal interference?
Well, I mean, he has his hand on his stick, and it's kind of up. It's not normal to stand that way for very long, and he doesn't do it for that long. But if we saw Bow in front of the net with his arms extended, it is not normal. So when the puck goes by him, it's not that his arms aren't up. It's a total normal screen, but that was, here we go. Great look at it here for us, front of the truck. As the shot goes wide, Ehlers gets that. Watch Bow slide in front, get the arms out wide. Now, is this a normal hockey thing to do?
No.
No. But it was only momentarily and did not impact the goal, but that's what France was complaining about.
That's a big man screening the goaltender. We mentioned 6'7", 240-pound Matthias Bow.
He doesn't have to do much to get wide and be difficult to see around.
He's wide when he shows up.
Nick Ehlers gets on the board. That'll make him feel good.
Yeah. Had 3 assists in that game against Kazakhstan. World Championship. Now Watkins, Sturm with a shot.
You find that this year, generally speaking, they give out assists quite
liberally.
No, not usually. But this year they are.
Yeah, they're being more liberal this year for sure.
You know, like Whitfeld shot it.
Storm walks in, shoots, and Bernard made a stop with that little off-speed shot.
Whitfeld shoots it, goes around the boards, not involved in the play. Ehlers takes it and shoots. In years past, a decade ago, 5 years ago, that might be unassisted.
This is Mike Johnson's got to turn him. If they're handing out apples.
If they're handing out second assist for the pass that happened 3 passes and a shot rebound ago, I like my chances picking up some points. Just got to play with good players. But if they're trying to mirror North American scoring, that's how it goes in North America. And that's part of the challenge for European. You look at European point totals during the season, why they're not as high. That's a big part of the reason why. They just don't give out second assists easily.
And to be honest, to begin with, goal scoring is lower in most of these European leagues than it is in North America to begin with. So
look out. Oh boy.
That was the Perna.
He's had a few big runs in this tournament. No, it was Ehlers who got laid out. He was being back pressure by a forward, and Perna said, you know what? Step up on you.
Here's Patan. Chopped up by Lassen. Now Patan back in front, and that pass just missed. Mantenuto. Frigo trying to center that for Patan, and that puck goes up and out, and
there's a little slow heading off the ice, taking that big wallop. He's going to be a closely checked player all the time. So he's worrying about Frank. Got his head down, getting the red line. Look out. And that is a Rob Blake special. Backside first. Somewhere Brian McCabe and Rob Blake are smiling.
Long shot stopped by Bernard off the stick of Petronero.
The pair there with 4 years in Kitchener in the OHL. Not shy about the physical play.
Jensen Abo up for Bao, who sends it back out. And now Bao works it back in, drops the puck back to Bjorkstrand. Bao swings it back, but the pass drew Nicholas Jensen back out.
He's got to have a touch there. Recognize how far away Jensen is and pass the puck the appropriate velocity that keeps him onside.
Jensen up to Ogard. Sharp angle shot, hit Bernard up high and dropped down.
Bernard fixing his mask because he's checked in on by the official.
And now Simone Costner plays it back down the Danish zone. Nicholas Jensen chips it back down, icing waved off. And Peter Spornberger races back. Spornberger, born in Italy, been in Germany since the age of 15. Marcus Lauritsen ranges back. Lauritsen, long lead pass for Storm, that missed. Again, icing waved off. Costner winds his way in, shoots from a sharp angle, that goes wide. Glira sees it up and fires that wide. Costner back with it. Now Costner peels back. Final minute of the opening period. Shields drops that back to Matthias Lass, who plays for Malmo in the Swedish Hockey League. A league that next year will have no Stockholm teams in it.
That is outrageous. Djurgården, famously great Stockholm franchise.
Yeah, they actually expanded the field in the Swedish League from 12 to 14 teams a few years ago because a Stockholm team got relegated.
Yeah.
Even that.
We're going to 16 now, however many it takes. Coming from a guy who played a bit in Sweden, the road trips to Stockholm are highlight event.
DeLuca digging for it. Final second of the period. That's picked off. Not moved out, however. Played back in by Miliranzi. And Denmark over to the dressing room with a 1-0 lead. After the opening period, the power play goal by Nikolai Ehlers.
Ehlers gets one on the power play. Denmark carried the play. We're in the offensive zone. I don't think Italy will be happy with the pace of play, as Nick Ehlers still not feeling great after the big hit from DePerna, and that is something to monitor closely for Denmark.
You're watching the 2022 World Hockey Championship from Finland. Our first intermission is coming up.
Italia 4. In Tampere, the score between Team Czechia and Team Austria in first period 1-0. Tampereella tilanneottelussa Tsekki Itävalta on ensimmäisessä erässä 1-0. Hockey is a fast game. Please pay attention to the game at all times and leave all pucks flying outside the ring. Thank you.
Miracle. Ehkä maailman paras maskotti. Take it away.
Joten rangaistus syy kuitominen. Aika 7:05.
To the referee dance. Let's see.
Okay, we wish you a good game. Six on ice. Okay, wish you a good game, okay? Hello, goalie. How are you today? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I wish you a good game, huh? Have fun.
Hey, buddy. Sorry for that, eh?
Let's go, let's go! Number 8. Correct, correct, correct. Cool down, boys. Gentlemen, peace. Okay, let's go. That's it. Uh-oh. Cool down, please. It's okay, it's okay. Everything is under control. Okay, goalie. Goalie. Okay, we protect you, okay? We protect you, okay? Up, up, up.
Are you okay? Good? Good?
Okay, move, move. Play the puck, it's free, let's go. Move, play, play.
Hockey is a fast game. Please pay attention to the game at all times and leave all pucks flying outside the ring. nyt rangaistus syy huitominen. Aika 7.05. Huitominen. Aika 7.05.
Años.
Andreas Bernard, busy in that first period, as you might expect. On 1 goal on 18 Danish shots. At the other end, a quieter start for Sebastian Damm, faces 4 shots for Denmark. Nikolai Ehlers has returned for the Danes, so no worries there.
Well, when I see him hunched over going off at the end of the first period, there's some worries.
Yeah.
Like if you're Winnipeg, if you're Denmark, yeah, you're not happy about that at all.
You know, Heinz Ehlers was telling us yesterday that he loved a rough and tumble style of play when he played. He liked it. He liked hard-hitting hockey. Then your son starts playing in the NHL, and you're thinking like,
I don't like watching the hard-hitting stuff quite as much because
especially the cheap stuff, right?
Yeah.
And Nikolai has had some injury issues through his time in the NHL. So the teams will start this second period 5-on-5. Damm plays it down. Damm came in relief in that 6-0 loss to Switzerland on Sunday. They were worried about their youngster in goal, 21-year-old Frederick Dikow, so they wanted to protect him a little bit.
I wasn't so worried about Dikow in net as Coach Heinz Ehlers was. I mean, you know, you're 20 years old.
Your lack of empathy sometimes can be a little unnerving.
You're playing against Switzerland. It's going to be a tough game. Get in there and you battle through it. You have 20 more minutes.
Switzerland back in action tonight against Kazakhstan. And in Tampere at the moment, the Czechs a 1-0 lead on Austria. And Austria's proven to be a bit of a tough out so far.
Close games
in this tournament.
Although reinforcements upcoming for Czechia.
David Pastrnak for Czechia.
Michael Kempny just arrived.
Yeah, so they'll have Pastrnak and David Krejci, former teammates from Boston, playing together.
I wonder if they'll play together. Because that first line with Krejci has got Cervenka and a young player, Stempel, who's playing very well. They're scoring a ton. So I wonder if Pastrnak says, sorry, kid, out you go. It's the veterans together. Or does he anchor a second line like he did in Boston?
Face off one back, and that hard shot taken by Lassen, and loose in front is Ehlers trying to backhand that home. He was taken down, and a tripping call will go against Italy, and once again, Ehlers is slow to get up.
This is slower than normal. Something's going on here for Nick Ehlers. That's his left hand. Goalies will do this when they get in trouble. If I can't get the puck, I'll get you. So he just dives with his blocker out into the knees of Ehlers. Not dirty, absolutely something that happens all the time. And it's probably a good idea he did it because it might have resulted in a goal. Does he jam his shoulder up? Landing awkwardly. Goodness me. Tough sledding for Nick Ehlers in this game so far. It's still a close game. Like, I'm wondering if it gets to 3 or 4, that should be the end of his afternoon.
Right.
That's the guy I would pull, not the backup goalie.
Jensen Abo brings it ahead. Jesper Jensen Abo fires that around, looking for his shield. Late back around, hits Raniero with it. Banks back down the ice. Damm will leave it there for Jensen Abo.
The true test of how he's feeling will be in about 35 seconds.
Right.
Because the power play cures all. So if he stays on the bench for the power play, tells you he's not feeling very good.
Nielsen works in, walks right in and shoots. Tried that short side, Andreas Bernard shut that down. Now that long shot floats wide, picked up by Riga. Top power play ready to come back out. As Regan has it, skipped away from him. Frank had it knocked by him by Jensen Abo. Shield, Bjorkstrand, works it back for Shield. For Regan. Regan down to Shield. Regan. Long shot by Jensen Abo, deflected wide by Shield in front. Well, the top unit for the power play is all standing up at the bench except for Ehlers. Jensen Abo. Back to Nielsen in, shoots, pad save, rebound. Oh, and DePerno came across the block to take that one away from Regan.
Straight out. And he's all right. He's coming over the boards for the 5-on-3. Doubly extra good medicine.
Extra healing powers in a 5-on-3.
It's the special Jackie Child special bomb right there on the shoulder, and he's good to go.
The magic elixir. All right, so a 5-on-3 now for 27 seconds for Denmark.
The clear attempt, tough spot coming around the net. Here's a great chance for Regan. Now, the challenge is this puck comes off the pad and it is spinning incredibly fast. And the faster the puck spins, the harder it is to shoot properly. And so Peter Regan has it roll off his stick instead of shooting it off his stick. Doesn't get everything he wants on it. So they're after a puck over the glass, and 5-on-3, 25 seconds.
Ehlers has a power play goal in the game. Nielsen back around to Ehlers. Works it back across the top. Little head fake there. Slides it back across, and a hard shot by Lorentzen, turned away by Bernard.
Pass wasn't quite in the wheelhouse, a little bit on the front foot.
Here's Ehlers again. That little backdoor pass was off the stick of Billy Ramsey. Stays in play, and then it's poked out by Pietranero. First penalty's over. Ehlers up for Storm. Chips that back down the Italian zone. And Pietranero, a big hit there as he slammed into Storm. Ehlers snaps that pass across. Blickfeld back in front for Storm, and the pass bounced off his stick wide. Ehlers back with it. Centers it. Just missed Bow with that. There's Bow once again screening on Bernard.
Keep those elbows tucked in.
They'll be doing the Batman in there. Denmark's first goal saw Bow kind of spread his arms out a little bit through the ire of the Italian coaching staff, and that plays offside at the Italian line.
And you know, any strange motions would probably get a whistle at this point from Bow, as Lorentzen maybe got the best look. The high roll, find the seam, but you see how it's way out on his front foot, forcing him to get his hands away from his body. Tougher to control your aim when you shoot like that. Lorentzen did a good job to get it up in the air, but just couldn't find the corner as Ehlers missed his target by about a foot.
Can't give a good player a bad pass, Mike.
Well, you can give a good player a better pass than one you just gave me. Sound like Mike Comrie and I in practice with Arizona.
Here's Shield with it. 35 seconds to go on the second Italian penalty. Regan lays it in for Bjorkstrand. Now picked up by Nielsen. Frans Nielsen spins, get back, it's shoved down hard by Costner. And that puck goes into the Danish bench.
You get a nose off the dasher. That doesn't feel very good for Frans Nielsen. Now, Denmark feels very much in control of this game, but it's 1-0. And that looks like a trip on Shield that Glera maybe got away with. Already been down to 5-on-3. The referees don't call that one. A little shove in the back for Nielsen. Also could be an option, but Italy gets away with both and stays down 5-on-4. But if you're Denmark, got to convert a couple of these. Get the game to 2 or 3 where the score reflects your dominance and can add to some comfort the rest of the way. You bang your nose, your eyes water. There's nothing you can do about it. Frans Nielsen is wiping away the tears.
38-year-old. Larson played that back in the final seconds now. This power play, the Italians clear it out. So Denmark survives a long, Italy rather survives a long Danish power play, including a 5-on-3. It remains a 1-0 game, and here's Petan back with it. Alex Petan banks that back down the Danish zone. Larson gathers it back up. Frank comes in. The Italians will get scoring chances right in the game. I mean, they'll get 5 or 6.
At some point, you figure a power play would be coming as well in the course of a game. Don't want to leave yourself in a spot where something funny could affect the result. Strange bounce, strange call, whatever it might be.
Apparently shot that in. Here's Bjorkstrand with it. Back for Larson. That's chopped down by Petan. Frank comes in. And now gathered up by Patrick Bjorkstrand. Later on by Bow. And waiting for it is Meyer. Meyer down to Bjorkstrand. Shovels that back in front of Bernard, knocked that away. Lassen back at the point. That long shot taken there by Lorentzen goes off Bernard, up and out of play.
Like that backhand pass from Lassen over to Lauritsen. Lauritsen's got 4 points coming into this game, as he will have to pick up the slack with his brother Oliver not around. Look at this pass. That is slinging a backhand, tape to tape, flat. That's a harder than it looked there by Matthias Lassen. How are these new one-piece sticks as well? They are not as good handling pucks on the backhand. Great at shooting.
These new one-piece sticks, Mike, they've been around for 20 years. Here comes Lawrence at a shot. I remember Joe Sakic turning up with one right before the Olympics in Salt Lake and saying the puck just flies off these things. I said, are they legal? He goes, I don't know. No one's told me they're not.
Yeah, we had some in the late 90s that were made by lacrosse companies floating around the Toronto Maple Leafs, but yeah, it's kind of around 2000, everyone went there.
Blickfield drops it back. Lawrence in, shoots, and Bernard got a piece of that.
Save.
Lauritsen back across to Lassen. Lauritsen chips that back ahead. I'll tell you who hates those sticks.
Goaltenders.
You know, rec hockey goalies.
Also, equipment budget
Yes.
men.
Yes. Accountants.
The accounting department. I read one somewhere where one of the NHL teams, they're breaking so much, they're a couple $100 each or whatever they are, that they wanted the players to pay for their own sticks, and that was obviously shut down quickly. But I think about that when you see players in frustration break them on purpose.
Oh, yes. Now Christensen a shot kicked up by Bernard.
He's gonna chuck $250 down the drain.
In some places back ahead. Here's Shield with it. Shield. Long shot, and Bernard knocks that away. Here's Jose on it. Off the glass and out. Jose. Back across to Spornberger. Now lifted back out. Well, Italy pulled off a miracle 10 years ago against Denmark. And that shot taken by Traversa. Kick to the corner. And Traversa took a hard bump in the corner from Larson. A shootout win against Freddie Anderson and Denmark 10 years ago for Italy.
Freddie Anderson being a nice addition. Lars Eller, Oliver Bjorkstrand. They have some pretty decent players in the NHL.
7 players in the NHL this year from Denmark. Anderson and goaltender Mads Sjogard, who made his NHL debut this year. And now we're going to have a penalty. That's going to go against Luca Frigo. And Denmark goes back to the power play.
This tournament wouldn't be possible to organize without hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, and that's the reason we want to reward one volunteer in each game. Tällä turnauksella ei ole mahdollista järjestää ilman satoja ja satoja vapaaehtoisia, ja sen takia haluamme palkita yhden vapaaehtoisen joka pelissä. Tällä kertaa vapaaehtoisena palkitaan Jussi, joka työskentelee ensiavussa ja pitää huoli siitä, että meillä kaikilla on täällä turvallista. This time we want to reward Jussi, who works for the first aid, as you can see. And because he is here, we all know that we are going to be really safe. Now we will want everybody to thank Jussi by shouting Jussi when I say kiitos. I say kiitos, you say Jussi. Kiitos! Kiitos! Once again, kiitos! That was good. Thank you very much, and thank you, Jussi.
Denmark had another tough fight with Italy at the World Championship. The last time they played was 5 years ago in 2017. That game was scoreless into the third. Denmark finally scored to make it 1-0, got an empty netter to record a 2-0 win.
Well, Denmark doesn't want to feel that kind of stress. You're up 1-0 on their 4th or 5th power play of the game.
Here's Ehlers back with it. He has the only goal of the game so far. Ehlers bangs that back to Lawrenson, across to Blichfeld, in shoots, and Bernard got a glove on that. That's his shooting spot for Blichfeld right there.
Went to the wrong side, went glove side that time.
Ehlers tries his luck, shoots, it goes off Bernard's shoulder. Still loose in front, Bow reaching for it, it's in his feet. It's a long way down. The Italians clear it out.
He's doing circles with it attached to his blade. No one can get it off of him. He had the right idea. He knew Ehlers was off to his side, waiting for a pass. He just couldn't dig it out.
Now Ehlers banks that back to Lawrenson. Keeps it alive at the line for Blichfeld. Blichfeld to the goal mouth for Bow. Banks it back to Lawrenson. In for Blichfeld. It skipped off his stick. 11 to go here in the second period. Ehlers drops it back to Lawrenson, across to Blichfeld, winds and shoots, deflected puck, and a pad save by Bernard. Lawrenson to Blichfeld. That centering pass goes off the skate of Juice. 35 seconds to go in the Danish power play. Ehlers rips that rink wide for Blichfeld. And Blichfeld is tied up by Costner, plays it back to Lawrenson, across to Ehlers. Ehlers shoots, Bernard to save, rebound, bounced away from Storm in front. Here comes Ehlers again, walks right into the backhand shot, that's blocked, and now sent down the ice by Diego Costner.
Good job keeping Denmark to the outside. I almost feel bad for Freddie Storm. He hangs in the middle buffer position, never gets a puck, just has to retrieve them for the four guys that pass it around outside of him.
Regan works in, so they survive another power play. Meyer drops it off for Peter Regan. Past the midway point of the second period. Here comes Italy, a chance for a 3-on-2. Frigo works in. Luca Frigo. Spent 3 years in the USHL with Omaha. So a number of these Italian players do have North American experience beyond those who grew up there.
Isn't that Omaha junior team? They'll draw like 6,000 to 7,000 people a game.
There's actually a good college program in Omaha too. Nebraska Omaha
now, yeah.
Is that a good run in college? Shield back for Regan. Centers a tip right on by Meyer, and a good stop there by Bernard. And now the Italians break out 4 wide. Frigo up for Patan. That pass misfired. Larson goes back. Now Meyer brings it back the other way. Nikolai Meyer feeds it back across. That's picked off by Hannan. Lead pass for Cassetti missed. And that'll be icing against the Italian.
One of Bernard's best saves of the game. Regan head up, quick hard seam pass for another tip in front. Oh, I don't know if that's luck. He catches it with his arm as Meyer trying to get it up and over the pad. He gets it over the pad, but doesn't tuck it under the arm. Bernard rolls it over to make the save, and here's one. Again, he doesn't see, he's moving away from the puck. Now doing a tremendous job screening in front on the power play. You're not going to bother trying to push him out of the way either, just going to let him hang out there.
Miglioranzi across the Cassetti. And the bouncing puck goes back to Lassen. Lawrenson up into Jakobsen, and that shot by Julian Jakobsen goes off the blocker of Bernard. Up and out of play. 8:26 to go in the second period. Still 1-0 Denmark. Such a boost for a country like Denmark when you get an NHL star like Nikolai Ehlers, and he's a star player in the NHL.
And you get him in a game like this where he's the best guy on the ice. And I watch Denmark 5-on-5 and on the power play when he's out there. They kind of just dump the puck over towards him, say, go get it, figure it out, go create something. And he does all the time, like that.
Ehlers drops it off to Jensen Abo. Jesper Jensen Abo. Back around, chipped in front by Nielsen, and Blichfeld just missed out at the crossbar. Now loose behind the goal. Costner lost the puck to Ehlers. Back at the point is Larson. That came out, and the play's offside.
Blichfeld cannot believe he did not score. Are they gonna call a penalty here to Franz Nielsen for shooting the puck? Here's the opportunity. Wide open net, Bernard. Where's the puck?
Oh, so look at the wrong way to the
off the bar behind his head. And Franz Nielsen's getting a talking to right now.
So
on the whistle that went offside.
Right.
Franz Nielsen frustrated, shot the puck near nobody.
Right.
On the ice, across the ice at the boards.
But it carried him, went in the net. He went up in the net. So I mean that's
matter.
No, I mean just
much as Franz Nielsen. He's never done anything unsportsmanlike in his life.
There's a little shot by DeLuca into the face of Frederick Storm with a stick.
Italy right now fortunate to be only trailing by one.
They've weathered all these penalties. And
33 shots to 4. Italy doesn't have a shot in the second period.
They've taken 3 minor penalties in this period.
So if there's ever been a great spot to be down 1-0, this would probably be it. If you're Italy.
However, Hannon works it in, drops it back to McNally, works in, it bounced off his stick, now gets the shot away, down, makes the stop. There's the first shot of the period. There's a penalty
McNally
coming.
got caught with a stick through his legs. So evidence was there as though he'd been harpooned.
Penalty coming to Denmark, so here you go. Inside 7 to go. You've weathered all these power plays, and you're going to get one now. Patan. Oh, look out. Ran into his own man there.
Come on, cuz.
Plays offside.
Get out of my way.
Traversa and Patan collided. So now 6:42 to go in the period. And the Italians will get a power play thanks to this.
Walking across, trying to string it out. And it's the hook there by Storm. And look at, he leaves his stick there. Well, it's hard to say I didn't do anything.
The smoking gun left at the scene.
Can I get my stick back? Eddie Storm wants his stick. You want to get a new one at this point.
Yeah.
As Italy goes to their first power play of the game.
They are 1 for 6. Yeah. Hannon had one on the power play against Switzerland.
And so it's nothing going on for Italy all game.
Right.
But win a faceoff, make some plays, see if they can even things up. However surprising that might be.
Well, we've talked about it for years in these tournaments where a team is clearly an underdog. You've got to get good goaltending.
Yep.
Shorten the game and take advantage of your special teams.
Probably get a break or two along the way.
Right.
Like empty net hitting a crossbar behind your goaltender who's not looking the right way. So they've had a few of those elements so far.
Fired back down to the Italian zone. Czechs continue to lead Austria 1-0.
Tight every game with Austria.
They, along with France, were automatically promoted when Russia and Belarus were barred from the tournament. Nicholas Jensen up for Franz Nielsen, plays it back out. Inside a minute to go in this power play. Hofsner looks to a return pass from Patan and set down the ice by Paulson. Frank plays it back in. And it's played back down. Austria probably got the worst break ever at the World Championship in 2015 in Prague. The only way they wouldn't qualify or wouldn't stay in relegation was if France played Latvia in overtime and France won it. That was the only thing that could happen to them. That shot's ripped wide by Costa. That's what happened on the last day.
Well, don't leave it in someone else's hands, Gord. I mean, that would be brutal. Can you imagine watching that game? The chance of that is so slim, and yet the worst possible outcome happening. Oh no, another injury.
Nicholas Jensen is shaken up in front of the Danish goal. Right away, they're calling for the athletic therapist. Jensen has been a long-time member of this national team, playing in his 7th World Championship.
It's his left arm, left shoulder. You can see with the way he was rolling around, the pain that he was under. The right hand seems to be working okay. It's his shoulder. Oh boy.
That's another defenseman for Denmark. We mentioned Oliver Lauritsen was injured earlier and had shoulder surgery this morning, and Jensen leaves right away. The Danes are asking if that play can be reviewed. And Heinz Ehler is giving it to referee Pierre Dehaene.
Yeah, look at it. Spornberger did give a little tap on the way out, but did he?
And just shown on the scoreboard here.
It's an arm bar on the elbow. Slammed it. Yeah, that's it should have been a penalty for sure. The refs. And when you fall like that, bad things can happen, as evidenced by Jensen. Spornberger gave a little tap on the ice. Well, too late for that. Damage is done, but that's strange.
May face some discipline for that.
Yeah, we haven't had, fortunately, any incidents that have really would be considered for supplementary discipline.
That's a bad hit.
That is, it's so dirty. So dirty. You tell them. But Morten Jensen is the 7th defenseman in this game. He did not play 1 second in the first period.
Right.
Don't think he's played a second in this game. He was just out there doing a couple laps trying to get the legs moving.
Yeah, he hasn't played in the tournament yet.
He's dressed for this game. I just saw him on the ice. So now they'll be down to 6D, and I suppose what their 8th defenseman playing.
Regan, long wrist shot, knocked away by Andreas Bernard. Italy fails to connect on that power play. That pass misfires for Senna. And Daum out to play it. Cross he goes to Lassen. Up ahead for Shield to Blichfeld. Trying to chip that. Blichfeld gets it right back. Winds it in for Nielsen. Drops it back. Christensen the shot. Knocked away by Bernard. Nielsen. Spins it back to Jensen Abo. Back down to Blichfeld. Now picked up by Ehlers on a wraparound try. And DePerna got a stick on that. Back goes Jensen Abo to pick it up. Jensen Abo to Nielsen. Picked up by Jensen Abo, who flips that by DePerna. And Ehlers battling for it. 3 to go here in the second period. Still 1-0 Denmark. And now Frank. Up ahead for Patan. That's knocked down, and Bjorkstrand lifts it ahead to Ehlers. Ehlers peels back in the corner. He falls. Now Bjorkstrand plays it back to him. Drops it back at the point. Lawrence on a hard shot. That's just wide. Ehlers back with it. Another point shot, and this time it is Morten Jensen, as you mentioned, who gets some time with Denmark down 2 defensemen at the World Hockey Championship. So
I don't think Spornberg would be feeling very good about that play right there.
no, and the Danes are still hot during that TV timeout. They're still hot about what happened to their defenseman Nicholas Jensen.
Spornberg thought the guy's going to grab this guy's arm and we'll fall together, but it turned out to be an awkward, dangerous collision.
Here's Larson back with it. Andreas Bernard is holding Italy in this. The shots are 36-5 in favor of Denmark. Reverse with a hard shot.
Welcome to the game, Morten Jensen.
Morten Jensen gets taken in. Handy that Denmark had an extra Jensen standing by.
Never have enough. Although if I was the coach, I think I probably would have let him get to the intermission. There's only a couple of minutes left in the period. I think I would have let it, warm up properly. You've been sitting around for 2 hours. Get loose, get ready, because you will have to play some shifts in the third.
Now scooped up by Lassen.
Oh, and they're going to call that hold. Slash on Poulsen.
And so Italy gets a late power play here with 1:36 to go, and Heinz Ehlers is doing a slow burn.
Exasperated comes to mind. And a little bit of a reach here by Poulsen. More of a hook to me into the hands. It's a hook into the hands, spins him around. That's okay. That feels like a penalty. But what gets guys frustrated is like, okay, you can tolerate that penalty, but when you miss the previous one is where you're like, hang on, you're going to call that nonsense and not the other one where a guy gets a wrestling move armbar. But that argument is lost.
Patan. Ilya Ramsey for Patan. Walks in, holds and shoots. Down the save. Rebound. Bounces back to Ilya Ramsey. He fires, deflected. And Sebastian Dahm makes a stop on that.
Not an easy game for Dahm either.
No.
Those are his second and third shots of the period. He's been sitting around not doing very much, watching his team play in the offensive zone on the power play, and now with zero margin for error, he's got to kill some off himself.
Regan for the face-off, but it's won by Simone Koster. Ilya Ramsey to Patan. To the goal mouth he goes. Head back in front. Petronero back at the point. Ilya Ramsey, a hard shot that goes wide. Hannon couldn't reach it. Ilya Ramsey back with it. Has some room, drops it back. Patan feeds it down. And it back in front. They score! Alex Patan, power play goal. And with 1 minute left in the second period, this game is tied at 1. And the Cousins connect there as Hannon sets up Patan.
Well, we laid it out exactly what was possible. Get in the power play, make something happen. Battle one of the boards, which hasn't happened very often. The bypass, little bump down, and it was always looking for Patan. And able to slide it through a few sticks. Patan with a good finish. Chip it up and over Dahm. Far side, tie game. Shocking.
Could they ever imagine growing up in Delta, BC, that one day at a World Championship they'd combine on a goal for Italy against Denmark?
7-8 years apart as well, so it's not like they would have thought or had played growing up on the same teams.
Well, now.
Not very interesting all of a sudden.
Foul, stepped into Costner, trying to center it, and that puck taken away from Bjorkstrand. Christensen feeds it back in front to Jensen Amo. Christensen to Bow, shoots, it goes off the stick of Clea and wide. Bow, back at the point, Jensen Amo, a shot. That was blocked in front, no. Fiona has it back. Back to center ice. And suddenly Italy has shortened the game. DeLuca as a takeaway by Jensen Abo as time winds down here in the period. And Italy on Alex Patan's goal on the power play has tied this game at 1.
You have to be opportunistic to make an upset. One of the elements we were talking about, Italy does just that. Bend, but does not break in their own end. Dam is beaten by Patan late, and a very interesting third coming up.
This is the 2022 World Hockey Championship from Finland. Our second intermission is coming up.
Italia 4. In Tampere, the score between Team Czechia and Team Austria in second period 1-0. Tampereella tilanne ottelussa Tsekki Itävalta toisessa erässä 1-0.
Andy, 8.
Italia 19, Alex Montana, 2 minuutin rangaistus, syy pelin viivyttäminen.
Volunteers, and that's the reason we want to reward one of them satoja vapaaehtoisia. Sen takia haluan
Strength joukkueen täysin lopulliseen.
Good. Move! Move! Hep, hep, hep! Goal crease! Goal crease! Get out! Oh, hey, move, move! Oh, sorry, sorry! No, it wasn't. He called, no, he called another one. He called another one on the other side, not this one, really. Good. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Move, move! Nowhere, play! Okay, let's go, goalie, eh? Hip, hip, number 8, sticks down. Hip. Perfect. Thank you, gentlemen.
Italia 19, Alex Montana, 2 minuutin rangaistus, syy. Minuutin rangaistus, syy, huitominen. Aika 27.50. täysin lopulliseen.
Ikke vinder vi til. Kom her.
Skal ind over nakken her, ikke?
Kom nu.
Skål, så kom. Hvad er det?
Jostain Anders.
Øj! Gå, gå. Ja, ragazzi, 20 sulla 0, eh? Dai, falla. Vai, Pérez. Dai, Sandy. Puzza. Dai.
Niklas Jensen back for Denmark. That's a surprise after what happened to him in the second period. Andreas Bernard has had quite a world championship history. In 2019, in back-to-back games, he faced 126 shots, allowed 12 goals. That's a 900 save percentage.
You gave up 12 and you got over 900 save percentage.
And Sebastian Dem beaten late.
He's got
on the power play.
875 with 1 and 8.
This is unbelievable. I mean, Niklas Jensen's been around a while. He's playing in the 7th World Championship. Back in the day, like 1,000 years ago, Danes were Vikings.
Yes.
He looks like one.
He looks like one, apparently tough like one too, because that was a nasty fall that he took. His elbow, shoulder all bent out of shape. And necessary with Oliver Lauritsen hurt, who's their biggest, most physical defender. The next guy after that is Niklas Jensen. So hopefully he not only is on the bench, but okay to play the game and use his arm fully functionally, because they need his aggressiveness. And there was a long conversation.
There was.
Peter Regan came over, Daniel Frank came over to listen as well, but Peter Regan talked to the officials for 2 minutes. The Zambonis were out on the ice cleaning it, and Regan was still trying to get an explanation as to how that could not have been a penalty on the arm bar on Jensen.
There's an ice issue that's got to be sorted out here.
I think they got to shut the door. There it is.
So that's a remarkable comeback for Niklas Jensen. Played for Berlin this year in the German League, won a national championship there in the DEL.
He's been around, played college hockey at Plattsburgh, a couple of years in Bismarck. That is crossing the globe.
Always amazes me to think about someone from, you know, Copenhagen, where he's from.
Yeah.
Going to Bismarck, North Dakota.
To play junior hockey.
Right. Like, what's that like?
What's that like getting into school and doing high school and university? Second language. Impressive stuff. And so we find ourselves tied at 1 after 2. It was Nick Ehlers in the first period on one of several power plays that Denmark has had. His first of the tournament. And you think Denmark's off and running, but late in the second, a penalty puts Italy on the power play, and it's running to Patan. The Cousins connect. And in a game in which the shots are 36-8, a very symmetrical 18 per period for Denmark, 4 per period for Italy. It is tied at 1.
Okay, please take down.
And so here we go in the third period.
Set play gone wrong for Nick Ehlers. Whoops. So I was going to take off, and you were going to bank the puck off me flying in. He didn't even look at the puck. Was about 35 feet offside. Hines is saying, who drew that one up? What was that? That wasn't me.
There's another guy you want to get in a poker game with. Heinz Ehlers has no poker face.
No.
You know what he's feeling at any given moment.
But I don't know if I want to be in debt to Heinz Ehlers, so.
No, there's that.
But there's got to be a sense of desperation and urgency here for Denmark. They can't just kind of cruise and think, well, we'll get it eventually. Got to get it early.
Ehlers a quick shot. Bernard makes the pad save. In the meantime, the goaltender for Italy playing with growing confidence. Under stop there, and Titus Nielsen turned away. De Niro plays it up and ahead. We talked about it earlier. 10 years ago, in the 2012 World Championship, Italy defeated Denmark in a shootout. Giulio Scandella, whose brother Marco is a longtime NHL player, but Scandella, Montreal native, scored the shootout winner in 2012 on Frederick Anderson. Give Italy its only win against Denmark in 6 tries at the World Championship. But 5 years ago, it was a 2-0 win for Denmark as Bernard turns that away.
Surprisingly, we're into our, what day is it, day 5?
Yeah.
Have we had an overtime game yet here?
Not here, no.
Several in Tampere, but none here, which is overdue.
Regan drops it off to Storm. In comes Storm, feels it back, and Jensen Abo shot that up high, and Bernard knocked that down with a blocker, or actually knocked it up with a blocker. And Jensen's out there, Niklas Jensen. That shot by Larson hits Storm in front. And now batted back in by Larson. Nifty hands play there. Bow. Back around. Centering pass. Bow with a chance, scores! Blau plays pitch and catch with Nikolai Meyer. And Matthias Bow has his first goal of the World Championship. And Denmark retakes the lead 2-1.
Bau's picking up a lot of assists on the power play, but he gets a goal 5 of 5. And you could feel, we're just 2 minutes in, that there was a sense of urgency in the physical confrontation, the puck pursuit by Denmark. And Bau beats Hanan off the end boards. And right there, a little spin move, gets himself free. Glira has to go through his feet, and that long reach gets the far side of the net handily to tuck it home to restore the 1-goal advantage.
He's been a factor in both Danish goals. He was screening the goaltender on the first one, the power play goal by Ehlers.
He is a functionally good skater for a guy his size. Like, he gets where he needs to go. And to the spots where his frame can help him. And that was a nice little give and go, beating the much smaller Hanan off the boards.
So Denmark back on top. First even strength goal of the game. Jakobsen for Paulsen. He spins back. Denmark will play Germany on Thursday. Still has Canada and Slovakia to play. Italy's got France tomorrow. Germany on Friday.
Germany still awaiting Tipstilt's confirmation.
Well, we've spoken to the German team today, and the indication is the injury he suffered yesterday against France might not be as serious as it initially looked. They're going to evaluate over the next couple of days about his return to the tournament.
Well, that's positive initial news, and they'll be cautious. They'll make sure.
I'm sure the Ottawa Senators will have a thing or two to say about that.
I bet Pierre Dorian was in constant contact yesterday.
Nielsen drops that back for Blichfeld. That's picked off and chipped back out by Traversa. Lauritsen knocks that back in. That rink-wide pass is picked off by Milioranzi. And Milioranzi fires it back down to the Danish zone. At the point, Diego Kastner flipped that wide. And Blichfeld waiting for it. Back around to Nikolai Ehlers. Oh, the cold shoulder there. He saw the hit coming from Traversa and gave it right back to him. Ehlers has had enough of being run in this game.
Yep, that's exactly it. He's like, no more. He's going to start dishing it out, protect himself, and get a stick up a little bit.
Mr. Nero shoots to hit Ehlers, and the rebound went right in the stick of Montenuto. He fired that wide. So now Ehlers gets a block shot to add to the bumps and bruises list. Frederick Storm works in. Storm poke check there by Spornberger. And Regan plays it back in. Drop for Emil Christensen, a long shot. And the glove save made by Bernard.
Christensen, the defenseman getting a little bit more ice time with some of the injuries piling up. Takes the high roll play, and he goes back against the grain with some traffic. Bernard picks it up late, but picks it up nonetheless. You mentioned the shot block. Kick save and a beauty by Ehlers, but how about this chance coming in? And Montenuto had down and out, but just flew it over top of the net.
Jensen Avo sends it in. Gregorio Jus plays that around. Hanan up ahead for DeLuca. And Evan DeLuca plays it back in. Patrick Bjorkstrand leaves it there for Meyer. Rink wide he goes for Christensen, and Emil Christensen fires it back down to the Italian zone. There's a long shot taken by Bjorkstrand, and Bernard made the save on that.
It's a few that Bernard takes up with those shoulders instead of catching on his way down. He doesn't get his glove out to, doesn't mind them clipping off his shoulders.
Hanan Up ahead for Frank, over Frigo rather. Frigo walks in and shoots it down, made the stop on out, the 2-on-1. That was Frigo with McNally moving in.
Terrible change for Denmark. They cannot give up a clean 2-on-1 like that.
Remember the slow burn that Heinz Ehlers was doing before?
Yeah, it should be
It's a little
white hot right now.
It's accelerated now. Petronero in, shoots, and Dom squeezes that with his right arm.
Yeah. Italy's not generated virtually anything. 5-on-5. Don't give them easy ones. Now that you have the 1-goal lead with Tisbao. Harry's involved. There's the high shoulder move that really didn't care for. They argued about, but that was on Ehlers' goal. And then here's a nice little give and go finish in tight. And that's where you expect the big man to do his best work. And significant for Bao to get one and get one early for Denmark.
His 3rd goal for Denmark in his World Championship career. He's playing in his 7th tournament.
Did I just see the cuff of his jersey is stitched almost like it has an elastic around it?
Yeah.
Like the wrist cuff.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life. I'm gonna need another look at that. Generally speaking, the sleeves are just loose, baggy.
Right.
That was tapered down with an elastic.
Larson.
This is one way to make sure they don't get pulled up over your elbow pads, which guys like to do.
Late pass for Marco Sana working in, but he's poke checked there by Jensen Abo. Jesper Jensen Abo. Up ahead for Poulsen. Poulsen. Cut up there by Gios. And up for the captain, Daniel Frank. Italy breaking out 3 wide. Danger changing again, but so are the Italians. Simone Costner plays it back in deep. Can Italy mount another push? That long shot pinballs around in front. Another chance for Patan. Shoots. That was blocked in front by Jensen Abo. The Italians have had some looks here in the 3rd period.
More looks in the 3rd than the first 2 combined. Already, we're just 6.5 in.
In comes Franz Nielsen, spins around Jost. Jost kicks him down, and play continues. And the Deans are up and hollering about that.
Looks like the stick got a lot of the front of Nielsen's skate as he was turning the corner. And I'm almost surprised at the human nature of the officials, knowing that they probably missed the one on Jensen. They would be inclined to call something questionable for Denmark.
Right. Away comes Storm with it now. Frederick Storm banks it back down, and Andreas Bernard will freeze that. 7 gone here in the 3rd period. Denmark a 2-1 lead on Italy.
Referee dance. And do we have a dancer for us? Let's go. You know the moves. Yes. And if you're not going to dance, keep on clapping. Sticky. Go. And let's go. Put your hands together. Faster. Faster, faster. Nice. Thank you.
.13 to go here in the 3rd period. Denmark looking to improve its record to 2-1. Group A at the World Championship. Meantime, under 10 minutes to go in Tampere, Czechs continue to lead Austria just 1-0.
It's good. Close games are good. Good for Austria to hang in there. They're taking their invite and making the most of it.
Lorentzen to Regan. Regan moves it back across the Shield. Shoots, and that's kicked away by Bernard. Jensen Abo. That shot hit the back of Shield. Back down to Christensen, works back in, shoots, and Bernard makes a pad save and hangs on to that.
You know, Christian, some lively legs here. Joining the party, actually plays in Italy, Fusaral, so he would know some of these players from his regular season, trying to attack in. And that high roll has given defensive zone coverages fits in this tournament. Lots of teams having a hard time dealing with that switch.
Cassetti plays it back around. And moved up by Miglioranzi. Nikolai Meyer. It's tied up along the boards. Meyer had it knocked away. Miglioranzi shoots. That's blocked by Bow. And Patrick Bjorkstrand plays it back out to center ice. Miglioranzi up to McNally. Shifts it ahead to Hannon. That's knocked away by Jensen Abo. And Matthias Bow back for it. Yeah, those cuffs on his sleeves are...
Well, he's so tall, probably restricting him. I've never seen that before, Gordon. I'm fascinated by it.
It's almost like a pajama shirt.
It's exactly what it's like. I don't think all the teams have them like that. Denmark going with the tapered look today, this year?
It's slimming.
Slim fit.
Nicholas Jensen fires it back down. Petronero lost the puck in the corner to Matthias Asperup. His fourth line gets very limited time for Denmark. Lawson spins away from Frank, drops it back to Paulson. Long shot, Bernard save, and he'll hang on to that.
Good shift for the fourth line in the offensive zone. Exploiting that space at the top of the offensive zone. And a good shot that was tipped by Asperup right in front. And he's got to tip your hat now. Up to 42 shots against Andreas Bernard. Just the 2 goals. Giving his team a chance here last 10 minutes.
Nielsen lost that face-off. And Petronero plays it back down to center ice. Lawson, though, knocks it ahead to Nielsen. Bouncing puck to Ehlers. Ooh, Ehlers with a big hit there on Spornberger.
Well, look at this guy. Ehlers, right? He's getting progressively more frustrated with how he's getting banged around. Spornberger was the guy who took down Jensen in a pretty dirty play at the end of the second period. So he added it all up, and that's a big one.
Nielsen comes leaping in. And Diego Kostner bumped into him. Frigo up to center ice. That's knocked down as we approach the midway point of the third period. Regan bounces it ahead for Shield. And Petronero took him in hard. Moves it rink wide to Miglioranzi. And now Dom leaves it for Emil Christensen, and Diego Kostner stepped into him, and that shot fired wide by Traversa. Jensen Abo bumped again by Diego Kostner. And Regan picks it out. Back across to Jensen Abo. And both teams will complete a change here.
Stick on his hip, pants, just taking a break.
Grab a sandwich while you're back there waiting.
I've often wondered how long you could stay there in good conscience. Just hang in there for a minute at a time.
9:09 to go here in the third. 2-1, Denmark leads.
Triplasta löytyy paljon mielenkiintoista nähtävää tuolta fanzonelta. Muistakaa käydä tsekkaamassa. Siellä on DJt, siellä on merchandisea myynnissä. Ja totta kai pystyy myöskin katselemaan matseja isolta screeniltä muiden kiekkofanien kanssa. Ja iltamatsi tulossa mielenkiintoinen tänään niin ikään. Sveitsi kohtaa Kazakstan.
Back at the ice hall in Helsinki, it's day 5 of the World Hockey Championship. First game has Denmark leading Italy 2-1. Tonight we'll see Switzerland against Kazakhstan. Tomorrow Switzerland plays Slovakia, which should be an interesting game on this side of the draw. Canada back in action on Thursday.
It's like that nice little 2-day break in the middle of the tournament for Canada.
Unusual, but
you take it, get some sightseeing done, and have a little fun, and explore Europe, Helsinki.
Which is one of the great things about this
tournament. Which is what you're here to do as well as play hockey.
Oh, look out at center ice. Larson hammered down Mananuto.
Where was the puck?
And Lawson fires that back down to the Italian zone. Now picked off by McNally, chips it ahead. DePerna to the puck. Jakobsen to the line, but not out. McNally is shot, and that's kicked away by Dam. Along the boards, that shot blocked by Lassen.
Jakobsen just ripped the stick out of Paulson's hands. I'm taking yours.
Now DePerna winds and shoots.
Oh, well done,
man.
well done.
Morton Paulson dove in front of that, and that took a bite out of him.
I'll do it again.
No stick, limping. Lassen finally plays it up, and Paulson goes limping to the Danish bench. Yikes. Nielsen sends it back in. Moved away from Blichfeld. Now Simon Kostner plays it back down the Danish zone. Christensen to the line, not out. And Petronero with a shot, and Dom makes the save through the screen of Frigo.
Good save and rebound control for Dom. As Frigo was right on top. Paulson still smarting. That was not fun. No stick in an awkward spot, 15 feet away, turn sideways. And off the inside of the foot. And then wisely enough to recognize, okay, don't bother kicking it. Let my guy with a stick make a clearing attempt and get me out of here. Okay, the timing's fine there. Poked in by Mantenuto, and then Larson finishes him hard.
Villiaranzi shoots, just whistled that wide. That pass intercepted by Regan.
Good help by Shield, recognizing Sana was in a dangerous spot, dropped off his winger position to help out down low.
Pietranero lays it back down to the Danish zone. Dom leaves it there for Lassen. Denmark with 15 players in the team that went to the Beijing Olympics. Lost to Russia 3-1 in their quarterfinal matchup. Played the Russians pretty hard in that game.
Overachieved probably to get to the quarters. Their first ever appearance, but of course they picked up first wins and all the rest of it.
An enormous step for the country, but the basis of it was 5 consecutive years of qualifying for the top division at the World Junior Championship, getting those young players the chance to play through that experience, getting more top-level international experience. They always won the game they had to win. Quite often they'd win one,
right?
But it was the one they had to win.
Got to hang around until you're no longer hanging around.
Inside 6 to go here in the third period. Rigo taken down behind the play. McNally drops it back, and a great chance over to Perna. Hit the goalpost, right behind down.
Oh, that bad penalty.
So Meyer takes his man down, and now as Hannon works in, moments after the Italians hit the post, look out, the drop pass back. Spornberger's gonna hustle.
Sweep.
And Petronero comes back, almost the nightmare drop. So now Petronero plays it up ahead, and with 5:13 to go in the third period, Italy is getting a power play. Italy got a goal with 1 minute left in the second period on the power play from Alex Patan to tie the game, and now down 2-1 with 5:13 to go in the third. The Italians are going back on the power play again.
Terrible penalty for Nikolai Meyer to take in the offensive zone on a reach and a trip. It's called for a hook.
Denmark had the game's first 5 power plays, scored once. Patan to Hannon. That connection clipped on the first Italian goal. Patan spins back, drops it back to Liranzi. Beats it across. Petronero with a shot, kicked up by Daum. This comes moments after the Italians hit the goalpost and behind Daum. Italy's had the last 3 power plays in the game. Inside 5 to go here in the third period. Liranzi fires that down to the deading zone and skipped by Daum. Petronero on it. Hannon coming in to help as well. Lawson moved that to Paulson, and Paulson sends it down. So Paulson, after the miserable shift where he got hit with a shot, had no stick, is out there killing the penalty. Still 1-0 Czechs on Austria late in the third period in Tampere. And now Patan gathers it back up. Looking for McNally. Back at the point is Petronero. Slid back by Insap. Petronero to Insap. Second power play unit on the ice now for Italy. Diego Kastner to Insap. And Petronero lost the puck. Nielsen has it back. Frans Nielsen for over a decade was an elite NHL penalty killer. Spornberger moves it back down the Danish zone. Time winding down this power play. Mantenuto slides it back. Spornberger, a shot ripped that high. Now wrapped around by Lauritsen, and at the line it's held. Mantenuto. On comes Meyer. So Denmark weathers that Italian power play. And now picked up by Meyer, pokes it by Spornberger and back down to the Italian zone.
Physical kill by Denmark, working hard to the boards.
And now Italian coach Greg Ireland planning for a goalie pull here. Got the attention of Andreas Bernard. Chipped in by Simone Kostner. Italians gain possession here for now. Bernard remains in the Italian goal. 2.5 to go in the third period. Oh, look out. Bow was sent flying. Simone Kostner, and that'll be a tripping penalty against the Italians.
Did he hit his head on the way back?
He might have. It was a bad fall. And Daniel Frank gets it for tripping.
Those long scrums where Costner puts his foot on it, and Bau's trying to dig it out. Ooh. And a little hook in the back of the legs by Frank. You got a better look at it here. He's trying to, it's more the, ooh, he did almost hit his head, which is dangerous. Not much on the hook there. Here's the kind of battles. The one shot that kind of got in there. Grazes down shoulder, the high riser. Get up there. Just gets the edge of the arm on it. And so now 2:26 left on the power play. Denmark going with 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. It's an aggressive play. And if you're Italy, of course, you can ice it down and then get the goalie out and try to play 5-on-5 if possible.
And in Tampere, Austria has tied it under a minute to go against the Czech Republic. On the day the Czechs find out that David Pastrnak of the Bruins is coming, Austria took the U.S. to overtime the other day.
And we're up in that game 2-0 against the Americans.
Right. Lauritsen down to Ehlers on the Danish power play. Lauritsen back across, Blichfeld shoots, and Bernard makes the stop. The goal, however, is under review.
You got to tell your penalty killers if you're Greg Ireland, you got to be aggressive, right? You just can't sit back and let them pass the puck around the offensive zone for 20, 30 seconds.
By the way, that game is on TSN 5.
And if you're Denmark, high percentage plays, keep it simple, pass it around. Nothing too dangerous, no hope plays through the middle. No saucer passes across the top.
Ehlers on the power play, shoots, and Bernard stopped that. Bau is once again, there was an eclipse the other night. It wasn't as complete as this. Ehlers shoots again, and Bernard got an arm on that.
You know what Ehlers did there, though? Last time down, he tried him short side where he had scored. Next time, 10 seconds later, the exact same motion goes far side. Trying to switch it up on the goaltender.
Inside a minute to go on the Danish power play. There'll be about 20 seconds left in regulation when the power play's over if Denmark doesn't score. Nielsen feeds that back to Lassen. Shield back on it to Bjorkstrand. For Nielsen, Frans Nielsen.
Gotta press. Makes no sense just to sit back here, Gord.
Inside a minute to go now in the third period.
Even if you pull yourself out of position, it does not matter. Just press.
Shield to Nielsen. Frans Nielsen shoots it for sharp angle. Bernard pokes that away. And Piotr Nero. Level with Shield. Here's a chance now. Hannon gets a step on Lassen. Hannon drops. In they come. Frigo centered it. Oh, he just missed Haas with that pass. Hannon lost the handle. Now back the other way comes Nielsen with an empty net. He got hooked there by Patan.
I don't know if he knew there was an empty net there. He should have just shot it when he got to the red line.
Here come the Italians again with the extra skater on the ice. Patan lines in, feeds it across to Hannon. Hannon back for Patan. That bounced away. Time winding down. The line is held by Miliranzi, rather. That shot blocked. And Spornberger can't hold it. He falls. And Denmark will hang on to win it by a final score of 2-1 in a hard-fought battle with Italy.
That got more interesting at the last 30 seconds than it should have if you're Denmark. A turnover gave Italy the rush they're looking for, and almost. But Denmark will say, listen, we outshot them 45-14. We deserve that one. Dam was good. Bernard was great.
2-1, Denmark wins it. Danes go to 2-1. Italy now 0-3.
Is Team Italy 1, Team Denmark 2. Ottelu on päättynyt. Lopputulos Italia 1, Tanska 2. Shots on goal in the third period. Team Denmark 9, Team Italy 6. Laukaukset maalia kohti kolmannessa erässä. Tanska 9, Italia 6. Shots on goal in the entire game. Team Denmark 45, Team Italy 14. Laukaukset maalia kohti koko ottelussa. Tanska 45, Italia 14. In Tampere, the score between Team Czechia and Team Austria is in third period 1-1. Tampereella tilanne ottelussa Tsekki Itävalta on kolmannessa erässä 1-1.
Awarded with the official watch by this official timekeeper of the 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by 14 Italy from Organizing Committee 2022 IIHF World Championship Media Services Coordinator Johanna Reponen. For Team Denmark, Vice President of the IIHF and the President of Danish Ice Hockey Association, Henrik Bach Nielsen. Best player of Team Italy, number 22, Diego Cosner. Best player of Team Denmark, number 15, Mattias Lassen.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise for the national anthem of the winning team, Denmark. Arvoisa yleisö, jos pystyt, pyydän nousemaan ylös kuulemaan voittajajoukkueen Tanskan kansallishymni. The 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament will continue today in Helsinki Arena at 8:20 p.m. with the game Team Switzerland against Team Kazakhstan. Welcome! Vuoden 2022 IIHF jälkeen MM-kisat jatkuvat tänään Helsinki Areenalla ottelulla Sveitsi-Kazakstan kello 20:20. Tervetuloa! Ladies and gentlemen, the venue is empty between the games. See you soon. Arvoisa yleisö, areena tyhjennetään otteluiden välissä. Nähdään pian.
Näin, selvä.
Alex, you were set up by your cousin on your goal tonight. Growing up as kids, did you ever think you'd be playing together here in Helsinki, Finland?
Not really, honestly. Well, definitely not here, but you know, I think we're 6 years apart, so it was a bit of a gap all the way until now we're both adults, and to get an opportunity here has been unbelievable.
And what was that like, growing up, playing together, and how many of your family members are watching this game at home?
Quite a bit. I mean, you know, we talked to obviously our mothers or sisters, and we're really, really close as a family all the way through, and a lot of feedback after the games. We think we posted a picture, we got a lot of action, and it's just a really surreal feeling being able to play with my little cousin.
You were outshot 45-14 tonight. How important was Andreas Bernard in the performance?
He's been huge. You know, it's not the first time already this tournament. Played three really good teams. I think we did a lot of good things in these 3 games. Obviously, we got some stuff to work on, but you got to be proud of 2-1 win against or a loss against Denmark. But we got some things to work on to go on to the game 4.
And you would answer in Italian. If you could just tell us what it's like playing with your cousin and that experience, and how much it means to you.
Veramente incredibile.
Thank you.
Grazie. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much. Nicholas Jensen left the game but did come back for the 3rd period. How important is he to your team, especially with Oliver Lauritsen now out of this tournament?
Oh, it was a big result for us. Obviously, we aim to go to the quarterfinals, and this was one of the games that we had to win to have that hope. So obviously, we miss Oliver tremendously. You can tell, especially on our PK, he's a big part of that. We were struggling last game. They scored again today on our PK, so he's a big piece missing for us. But we'll kind of rally and see if we can make up for it.
Denmark outshot Italy tonight 45-14. What was the key in finally solving Andreas Bernard?
I couldn't hear much, but
Denmark outshot Italy 45-14 tonight. What was key in finally solving Andreas Bernard?
Well, we just kind of had to keep shooting and trying to get a kind of an ugly goal, I guess. We like you said, we had a lot of shots, but couldn't find a way to get it in. We got one, and we got a 2-1 win. Smallest margin, but it's a win.
This is your 10th appearance at the World Championship. Denmark is now 2-1. What are expectations this year?
Vi forventer, at vi håber, vi kan gå i kvartfinalen. Det er vores mål. Så det var en vigtig kamp, den her. Det var en af de kampe, som vi skulle vinde. Nu er vi stadigvæk med i kampen, og vi har nogle chancer i slutningen af turneringen.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
Så har de ham møgsvine fra Odense også, der eller løber rundt ude med hovedet op i røven igen. Hvad, dommer eller hvad? Nej, spiller. Han tog jo 150 strafminutter i Køln-ligaen sidste år. I Køln? Han har spillet pip, det her fandme sådan.
can a